Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been today. Today is World Meteorology Day. It is a day that is set aside to appreciate the science of weather and climate, and also to shine a spotlight on those who keep us informed about heat waves, storms, and every other thing in between. Basically, these people take it upon themselves to let us know about the state of our dear climate. And this is me saying a big shout out to every meteorologist out there, every climate scientist out there. You guys are amazing. So, because today is World Meteorology Day, I think it's also a perfect time to talk about what it means to be a meteorologist in Nigeria. I'm going to focus more on questions that meteorologists get asked in Nigeria. So the first question I get asked as a meteorologist is that, what is meteorology? Because meteorology is not a popular profession, before you meet a meteorologist, you would have most likely have met every other profession, because there are very few meteorologists in Nigeria. Someone sees me and they're like, hi, hello, how are you? What do you do? And then I'm like, I'm a meteorologist. And they're like, what? Okay, so what do you guys do? Then I have to explain that we study weather, we study climate, and everything in between. And then someone will ask me again, do you mean that you watch the stars like Awurawo? And I'm like, no, we don't watch the stars. I mean, we look up, we study what is above, right? And yes, stars is one of the things you see up there, but we don't focus on studying stars. Rather, we study weather, we study climate, we study the interaction between humans, animals, and every other element of our society with these factors, which is weather and climate. So yes, I've answered your question. I am a meteorologist and I study the weather and climate. Thank you. So the next question I get asked is, where do you work, or where do you get to work as a meteorologist? And then I'm like, okay, you can work in a research institute where they study the weather or do things that are related to the weather. Or I'm going to mention where you can work in Nigeria. The first place is NIMET. NIMET is the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, and they are basically responsible for making meteorological predictions. I also work in NASA, in NEMA, and if you don't look at working in national institutions like that, you can also work in the university as a lecturer or a researcher or something. And aside from that, you can work in different companies that do climate related research. You can work in oil companies and also work in companies that are into the sustainability space. And you can also step outside of that and work in the social impact space. You can work with an NGO, you can have your own NGO. Basically, the goal is to get the work done. It's not so much about your affiliation, but about how much work you get done at the end of the day. So the next question I get asked, this is something I get asked like virtually every time, and it is that, why is your weather prediction never accurate? Why is it that you are going to tell me that, or my weather forecast from my phone app will tell me that I have 70% chance of rain today, and then today comes and then there's no rain? Why is that? That is a big question. First of all, you need to know that weather predictions are not prophecies. Weather prediction is not a prophecy. Nobody is saying it will happen. But the truth is that the essence of prediction is for you to have an idea of what is most likely going to happen where you are. But weather prediction can be kind of technical, because if they say there's going to be rain in, let's say, Akure, for instance, Akure is a big place. The fact that it didn't rain in your own house or where you are doesn't mean that it didn't rain in Akure. But since you cannot be in everywhere at the same time, you won't be able to tell where it rained and where it did not rain. So that's one of the major reasons why it might look like your weather prediction is not accurate. Then another problem we have in Nigeria especially is that we have limited weather stations and we have limited data. So for you to make a proper prediction of the weather, there has to be a track record of the occurrence of different weather patterns in where you are. And in a case where there's not so much data to use to make this prediction, the prediction might be less perfect. So the fourth question that a meteorologist gets asked is that, why is the weather so hot? Why is it so hot these days? Why is this? Why is that? I don't have an answer. I mean, I have an answer to that, but it's not my fault. The fact that I study weather doesn't mean that it's my fault. Why are you now accusing me that the weather is hot? I'm also sweating. The weather is also hot here. The way people just come and say, I have messages in my DM right now, people asking me, "Bukola, what's going on? Why is the weather so hot? Why are we like this?" And sometimes I used to feel like some kind of superheroes that has the answers to everybody's questions about weather. It feels good, yeah, but it can be somehow annoying. Like, why do you think I owe you an explanation of why the weather is hot? So yes, you ask me as a meteorologist, why is the weather so hot? And I have answers for you. Make sure you watch my next video. The fifth question I get asked as a meteorologist, which is about the most common question that you can ever ask any meteorologist. Is it going to rain today? If I count the number of times that people have asked me this question, when next is it going to rain? Oh yes, Bukola is a meteorologist. She should be able to tell us when it's going to rain. She should be able to say this. Really? You know, when I was actually younger in my career, when I was still studying, when I was still in school, when I was still studying meteorology, I mean, it was like when you're like studying something that affects everybody, there's this certain level of pride and that confidence that you have, like, I know what's going on, that kind of thing. So when people come up to me and say, "Bukola, tell us, is it going to rain tomorrow or next tomorrow or today?" So that time I would actually tell you, okay, I'll just look up and try to analyze the kind of clouds. If I see some kind of nimbus, some kind of cumulus, I'm going to like, okay, just do one or two together in my head and then say, okay, oh, it's going to rain. And guess what? Evening will come and there will be no rain. I never knew it was a trap. And those people will come and say, Can you see that you people are liars? Can you see that meteorologists are liars? Because you told us it's going to rain by 5 p.m. and there's no rain." And then they'll be like, it was so tempting that time to want to always tell people that, okay, don't worry, it's not going to rain today, it's going to rain tomorrow. And I'm telling you, most meteorologists experience this at some point in time. Now, this is for every one of you that always ask me if it is going to rain today. I can't tell you that it's going to rain today. I'm sorry. I mean, even the best of meteorologists out there would not just look up and tell you that it is going to rain today. We don't make predictions based on what is up there in the sky, because weather can be very, very crazy. What is happening right now might not even point us to what is going to happen next. When I was in 400 level, we did West African meteorology, and then I saw all of the factors that is being considered before making a weather prediction, about 8 of them. Then I'm like, so this is what I'm supposed to know first. I'm supposed to be able to tell you this wind direction, the moisture content, the temperature, da, da, da. I should be able to like align about 8 or 9 factors together before I make a weather prediction. And then you catch me on the road and tell me to tell you if it's going to rain tomorrow. Stop that. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Okay? So I hope that after watching this video, you don't go about asking meteorologists questions that don't really make sense. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Let me remind you again, today is World Meteorology Day. It's a day that we appreciate meteorologists and the efforts they put into telling us about our weather, explaining the concepts of our weather systems to us. And helping us prepare for even disasters in the future. I hope this video was enlightening and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.